Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about, are the Brooklyn Nets the team to beat this year? Okay? Is it apparent that the Nets are clearly the team to beat in 2021 to 2022? Do you agree or disagree? I want to hear your thoughts down below. I'm going to disagree. I do not think the Nets are the team to beat until they can show me how they play defense, and stay healthy, of course, which was one of their biggest ifs last year. If they had stayed healthy, what would their postseason been like? But I digress. I want to hear your opinions. And another reason is I also respect the defending champions in the Milwaukee Bucks. I respect a lot of the additions that a bunch of other teams in the East have done. And I believe that a bunch of teams will take a bunch of jumps. So until the Milwaukee Bucks or another of the top teams that you could argue, the Miami Heat, the Knicks, I'm like blanking on a bunch of the top teams right now out of the East. But right there, you're going to think about like the Atlanta Hawks are going to take a jump. How good defensively are the Nets going to be? James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris round out kind of the big four guys on this roster. Demboya is a great defender. Claxton looks like a good rim protector. James Johnson can protect the rim. DeAndre Bembry's a multi-positional defender. So is Bruce Brown Jr. So is Javon Carter. Okay? So right there, Bruce Brown, Javon Carter, Demboya, Claxton, James Johnson, Bembry, and, Kessler Edwards can actually defend, and he's a good movement shooter. And then Kevin Durant. They have 7 guys who can defend on this roster. They have 18 players on the roster. Take off 3. That's half the roster being good at defense, with Javon Carter, Demboya, and Bembry being their probably best, and Bruce Brown being their best perimeter defenders, arguably. Yeah, arguably their best perimeter defenders right there, with Demboya, Bruce Brown, Bembry, and Carter being their 4 best perimeter defenders that aren't named Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant's probably the best defender on this team when he tries his hardest. And then you also got Demboya, who can probably defend some 4s, but James Johnson, who can defend 4s and 5s. Claxton's a good interior, rim protector. He'll block shots. Kevin Durant can guard every single position. Duron Sharp isn't the quickest guy, but he can defend some centers, I believe. And Paul Millsap and Blake Griffin, when they try, can be plus defenders. Really, their weakest links on defense will probably be Patty Mills, Cam Thomas, Kyrie and James Harden when they aren't trying, and Joe Harris. But when James Harden and Kyrie try, they're really good defenders. Joe Harris, when he tries, he isn't terrible. Cameron Thomas has never been a good guy on defense. So look, other teams in the East have improved. And regardless of how formidable this team appears on paper, they still have to show it on the floor over the long haul, the entire season. And the biggest questions that hang around its stars are, can they stay healthy? It's all 3 of them: Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. Not merely coexisting and thriving in some sort of cohesive fashion. Okay? What can Durant, Harden, and Kyrie and Steve Nash do when they're all together? Literally and figuratively, okay? That's been an issue so far. Where's Kyrie been? Okay? Kyrie's not going to be there at the beginning of camp. Okay? There's been a lot of distractions on the Nets. And beyond those, then Brooklyn looks loaded as ever, and they're much deeper than when Harden and Kyrie were injured and they were going against Milwaukee in the conference semis. Sure, their birthdays on their rosters probably makes them look like the Eastern equivalent of the Lakers, that the Lakers and the Nets are probably the 2 oldest rosters in the league, with 8 players over the age of 30 and 5 who will be 33 plus by September 29th, which is Durant's birthday. But the vets that they have still play. Yes, the loss of Jay Green is going to be hard, but Patty Mills is a feisty, great scorer who will help with shooting with Joe Harris and Durant. Bruce Brown, great defender, broke through, and he's a great slasher in the playoffs. Paul Millsap and LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin will all rotate as the small ball 5 and 4. So, look, any 2, this team is good. And I think it is a team to beat. The defense is where I look. I think they're a team to beat, but I do respect the other teams that have improved. And I think you have to respect the teams that have improved, Because I do think it would just be disrespectful if we were just like, yeah, I don't believe that the teams that have improved have done enough to improve, which I think they have done enough to improve, you know? A lot of these teams have. So that's where I sit here and I'm like, Nets, look, they got the defenders. Javon Carter, okay, Bruce Brown, Demboya, Bembry, very capable defender. So is David Duke Jr., who's on a training camp deal. Kessler Edwards on a two-way contract, a great shooter. Okay? The one question now you look at this team besides that is rebound. Paul Millsap and Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin at the beginning of his career was actually an elite rebounder. Blake Griffin, as of late, has not been a great rebounder. Paul Millsap, as of late, has not been a great rebounder. James Johnson never was an elite rebounder, but he had a good rebounding numbers per 36. LaMarcus Aldridge hasn't been a great rebounder of late. Claxton can rebound, but he's not a double-double guy. He's kind of a 7-for-7 guy. Durant Sharp was a really good rebounder in college. So the front court is interesting because Kevin Durant will be playing power forward a lot of time, but besides Kevin Durant, it's Claxton. Look, the power forward position is Paul Millsap, James Johnson, Blake Griffin, and LaMarcus Aldridge all on rotation. Okay, those four guys. And probably a little bit of Kessler Edwards if they need some shooting. Now, the center position is Durant Sharp and Nick Claxton, both those guys will only play center. With Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Paul Millsap all playing small ball 5. So it's going to be a lot of rotating. We're going to see a lot of shuffling and moving around of players, you know? Which I don't have a problem with. It's just that I need people to understand, will this guy be able to, not this guy, this team, be able to take that next jump that we're all sitting here and like hoping that, yes, that they will be able to, you know? And this is a team that I think it's got to be a top 3 seed. Top 3 seed. Oh. I accidentally sent a message to somebody. Damn, guys. I just sent a message to my old landlord, meaning for my dad. How awkward is that? I'm like going through and it just popped up. Oh, God, that's awkward. That's awkward, guys. This is the end of the video. I just messed that up. We're gonna, hope you guys have a great day because, God damn, did I mess that up, guys. That was awkward. Okay, I don't even know what to respond to. I tell my ex-landlord, oh, that was a message for my dad that I was going to interview, or do I, God damn I feel so stupid. Guys, so dumb.